Hey everybody, welcome back. Movie review time, where we geek out about a movie we just saw, and we just saw Spider-Man, Far From Home, European Vacation.
Alrighty then.
So this is going to be our spoiler video. We're going to talk all kinds of spoilers about this movie. We're going to spoil the crap of it.
Spoilers.
Yes, and
this is going to be like a half-hour video.
Yeah, probably.
Buckle in.
Yeah, hold on to your butts. That works for so many reasons. Sam Jackson, the TheEricButts, the whole thing. Jurassic Park line. It's famous Samuel Jackson quote. So, which he redoes in other movies even. That being said, we're going to give you a warning. You're going to have a few seconds here in case you need to run across the room, pause or whatever, while we tell you that we have a no spoiler video out. We have a link in the description below if you'd like to check that out first if you haven't seen the movie, because we recommend you don't watch for spoilers, because we don't necessarily start at the beginning. Sometimes we'll spoil the very end first, so you want to make sure you get out of here and then come on back. But even if you have seen the movie, you should still watch our no spoiler review first, because that gives more of our general thoughts and more of an actual, something closer to a review than what this is us just geeking out over details. And we don't consider ourselves critics, we just people that like movies and like to talk about movies, so. And then you want to tell them about complaining about spoiler videos in the video where they might see it?
Do not complain about spoilers in this video.
Because we're telling you.
A non-spoiler video the day before.
And it says spoilers. We told you spoilers. It says spoilers. You don't have to watch this until you've seen it. Then you don't even have to watch it then.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So you can't stop now.
Yes. And also too, we had a big meal when we went in, but I knew we would get one of these on the way out, so we did. And we have this dope ass sweaty cup that's hot outside. Regal. See if we get a sponsorship going. As we complain about the corporate bookers, is why we didn't get to see it in 3D IMAX. But we did get to see it in 3D, and the 3D is spectacular.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, spectacular. Spider-Man.
Yes.
Especially in my favorite scene, because spoiler warning over, we're in it now. My favorite scene.
Straight to that. Okay.
I figure it was a good segue into it, so we'll go there. Is got to be
the alien invasion?
Well, no, because that was a cool scene, but that wasn't my favorite scene. Because technically there was one. We're gonna segue to your thing now. No, we'll come back around to it. But so obviously, if you know Mysterio, you've seen the trailers, you know that guy was full of shit. You know he's an actor and he's faking all this stuff.
I was hoping that they would defy expectations and maybe not go that particular route. There's other ways they could have gone and achieved a similar result.
Yeah.
But I was just like, are they, because they're doing the thing where they're playing against expectations in the trailer, and I'm saying, really, what if they actually played against the expectations of the people who know who this character is about? I was like, that would be kind of cool. Yeah,
but that's not, I would, if it was a straight up Disney MCU only movie, I'd be more likely to believe they might do that, whereas this is a Sony collab. That ain't gonna happen. But
anyway,
yeah, so Mysterio is a bullshit artist, but I do love they tied it in to all these other like super like practically background actor characters from a couple other Marvel movies, all these people that had worked for Tony Stark and gotten screwed over, so I love that he had a team.
That was a stroke of genius on the writer's behalf.
Yeah, I thought that was really clever.
Because I'm sitting there going like, was that the guy that was actually in that scene in that movie?
I want to go back now, right? I want to go back and look.
I mean, we know the Jake Gyllenhaal part where they
put it into Civil War with the tech. Yeah, that was fake. But
like the other things, you're going like,
he stole my life's work and he named it Bart. So, that was a great bit.
I heard that. God. And all the youngins are going.
Yeah, they know. Most of my audience is people our age. But where are you going? You were going towards the point.
No, like the guy from the Iron Man movie, the original Iron Man movie. He's like, now I kind of want to go back and go, is that the guy?
I know, right? It totally succeeds in making you want to do that.
I remember that scene, but was that the guy?
But so I guess that is one disappointment. Even though I was going to talk about my favorite scene, but we haven't gotten there. But we'll get there. That is one disappointment, though, I guess. And we kind of knew because we knew he was a bullshit artist. But I was hoping at least maybe the multiverse part was real. It's not. They make sense in here. Yeah. They'll go multiverse eventually, I'm sure. But that was
brilliant how they worked in the Earth
616.
616.
Yeah, because 616 is the main Marvel. Thing.
And I'm wondering if 83 was he said he was 833?
I think it was 833. Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that's a thing in the comics.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I have no idea.
It probably is. My lore isn't, especially memory for those kind of details, isn't that deep. So I'm not sure, but it seems like it was probably a reference, just didn't quite catch. But that was all really nice, though. And I love
But if you know, tell us in the comments.
Yeah. Nicely. And, so my favorite scene is because he's a bullshit artist, I like that he can manipulate what you're seeing with all the holograph tech. And I like that it was Tony tech. I like that still, Tony Stark is still kind of partially, well, he's still kind of to blame a little bit. He's still kind of a villain in the Marvel universe, even when he's dead. So,
well, here's the problem: is he had tools. The tools in and of themselves are not good or evil. It's all in how people choose to use them.
That's absolutely correct. Yes.
And he started out as a weapons seller.
Yeah.
And then he went, okay, maybe not the best thing in the world.
But anyway, so finally getting to what I actually wanted to get to was that hallucination when Pete goes to Fury to tell him, that Beck is full of shit and all this stuff. And they go through this whole hallucination that reminded me a lot of the Force Awakens Force Dream that Rey has when she first touches the lightsaber. Because the world kind of changed around her to take her to these different locations and stuff. So I thought that was...
I thought this was way more brutal than that.
Well, I was going to say, this is like an extreme version of it, but it had that flavor to it, and I really appreciated that. And I mean, they just go through all kinds of neat stuff, watching Spider-Man's pile on Spider-Man, going through like shards of glass and ending up in high school halls with lockers getting thrown around, all this kind of shit. And then the most fanboy moment in this is, he starts tormenting him about, Tony Stark and dead Tony Stark. And we get Marvel zombie Iron Man. They actually gave us a Marvel zombie in this movie.
See, I didn't think of it that way. That's
why I was freaking out. That was my biggest freak out in this thing.
I was just sitting here going he was throwing all this psychological bullshit to really fuck with his head.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, dead Iron Man clawing his way out of the ground to come get him. Yeah, okay, I get that. I didn't even think of 1 second about the Marvel zombie thing.
Yeah, but look who you're talking to. But I did, and it's clearly meant to reference that.
Now, if there had been like a bunch of them, like Captain America and all that,
I understand.
then I might have made that connection, but not with just that thing in that scenario.
But I got it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a visual nod for the fans. It's not like that was a story thing.
I actually, it's the sort of thing where I wonder if it really was actually intentional in that particular way.
Yes. 100%. Clearly intended to make...
Tell me that when they say it in the director's commentary.
Well, I'm just saying to make the superfans think, oh, here's a moment that we can reference Marvel zombies, because we're probably never going to do that in the movies.
There's so much stuff that's happened to the comics. I can see people accidentally making references without even knowing it.
You take the one favorite part away from me in this movie. Why?
Because that's what I do, sweetie.
Apparently, you joy killer. She's wrong. It's meant to be a reference. But again, because they're never going to make a Marvel Zombies movie. Not for real. So that was their opportunity to be like, here's a little nod to that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I hope that light lasts. Yeah. So anyways, I thought that was awesome. That whole sequence was great. And then I really thought they really tricked me, because they kept pulling the rug out and making a fake reality real again and then undoing it. But they got to me. And then that reveal that Peter gets hit with the train was like, holy Jesus.
Spider-Man's a durable little bugger.
Yeah, little bugger. But that was really cool. I also love, and they had to have enjoyed this, that when Quentin Beck is not in Mysterio, they have a real costume, but it's also a holographic costume.
Yeah.
That he's in his mocap suit.
I thought that was brilliant.
So it's like, you probably saw set pictures of him walking around in a mocap suit thinking, oh, they're going to digital the suit on him. It's like, no, that was actually, so I just think little touches like that were really nice. And having the whole crew and being like, are you going to be ready with the quick change? I need the wrinkles out of the cape.
Do you still need the wrinkles out of the cape? Yes!
Which again, for somebody that comes from a theater world and somebody comes from a filmmaking world, like little things like that are like, oh, that's really cool.
Okay, so that's one of the things where, again, if I had been Fury, that Fury or Maria or Spider-Man would be going like, okay, so what's this tech that you have going on? Is that actual magic, or is this a quantum thing? I mean, there are so many questions that should have been asked.
Except if they give you a reason as to why those weren't asked.
Even
in the post-credits scene.
Anybody should have been asking those questions.
Well, I get the feeling that the Maria Hill might have been, but the Nick Fury was like, it doesn't matter, we got to do this thing because we're supposed to be doing all this. Because again, we can talk about it, but the fact that it's not actually Nick Fury or Maria Hill in this movie, because it's freaking Talos and another Skrull, the lady Skrull from Captain Marvel. Yeah, I believe so. Posing as them.
Is it just me or did he look different?
No, he looked about right. But I mean, again, this should have been like 20, 30 years after that movie. So, but I love that they actually did that. They did a kind of a Skrull invasion thing. However, of course, they were there by Fury's request.
Yeah.
As we found out, because Fury was on this giant spaceship going into all that stuff. So that post scene was pretty awesome. Where's my shoes? The only way that gets any better is, where's my super suit? Woman, where's my super suit? Or whatever the line was from The Incredibles. Right. So I wonder if that was meant to be a nod to that, actually.
So I guess we're setting up Captain Marvel 2?
Well, we're setting up first, right? Commercial break. We'll be right back.
And we're back.
Yeah, thank you for that. We love your pennies. Thank you. I said pennies, ladies. Jeez.
Not your pity.
Well, that wasn't the joke I was making, but that's probably more accurate. Yeah. She got it. All right. So, but yeah, setting up. What were they setting up then at the end of the post thing? That's what you were starting to say, wasn't it? Were they setting something up?
With the Fury thing, Marvel 2.
Okay.
Marvel 2.
I got you. Yeah. I'm sure it's supposed to tie into all that because we know that's going to happen.
Whether or not that segues somehow into like Guardians of the Galaxy 3, because that's kind of on hold for a while.
Well, no, that's back on. I mean,
it's back on.
They just need him to finish.
Gunn is finished with Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah, the timeline's
They're
wacky.
kind of in a holding pattern
on Guardians, yeah, but they got other things happening.
But at least they have the script. But
but I'm sure it's tying into some of that stuff. But I thought that was pretty cute. I thought it was an awesome reveal.
Something about Kree sleeper cells.
Yeah. Oh, you caught that line too. I was going to mention that was the throwaway line I was talking about in the no spoilers.
Oh, okay. I was wondering which throwaway line you were.
You know what that might have been kind of setting up too. Because like,
Secret
Kree sleeper cells. Maybe we are working towards a Secret Wars.
But the thing is, of some sort. That though, it was the Skrulls. And because they're the shapeshifters, the Kree can't shapeshift.
Yeah, but I mean, this could all happen something around. I don't know if it's going to tie into a Secret Wars necessarily. I just think that's interesting that they're still dealing with like Kree sleeper cells. I think that's fascinating. Yeah, and gives us somewhere to go. Maybe it's something that shows up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Avengers and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Kree have all sorts of reasons to be pissed at Earth.
Yeah. Excuse me. That's good popcorn. Yeah. I was trying to get you to lean in a little bit, actually, is all I'm really trying to...
I'm afraid I'm going to knock this over.
Well, just slide it up like that. We'll be less likely to knock it. At least we'll just knock it into each other. Just, okay, don't... We just act like a big baby.
Trying to get a picture. Okay.
So, Spider-Man... So my thing is,
are we actually going to talk about Spider-Man?
Yes, I'm trying. I keep trying. Your derailment powers are like on super high right now. But some of my complaints is I didn't feel there was enough Spider-Man early in the movie. I mean, there's plenty of Peter Parker,
right? But
we didn't really get like a Spider-Man action scene until like 30-40 minutes into the movie.
Okay. So.
And stuff was cut from trailers for sure.
Yes.
Because I remember.
I have an explanation.
Because this will tie into your explanation. Let me see what I can remember was cut from trailers for sure.
Okay.
There's the whole scene with the cops in like a restaurant when he webs up a guy and they're like, but no, I'm not gonna be the new Iron Man because I'm too busy doing your job. Ha ha ha. See you later. I'll be on vacation. That was definitely gone.
Yep.
I thought him swinging through the city with the cell phone was gone, but it wasn't. That was just at the end. Mm-hmm. And
I can tell you what else was gone.
Okay, go ahead, because...
Passport scene.
Oh, yeah. Peter Parker here to pick up a pack of passports.
And his little trip to the bodega.
Oh, yeah. That was gone.
And I can tell you where they all went.
All right.
So...
Nerdist aggregate?
Yes. This is thanks to Nerdist, so I will give credit where credit's due.
I know, that's fine.
But... they basically said, we want to get the kids to Europe as fast as possible. So this was all basically part of Spider-Man's to-do list. He needed to get his passport, he needed to get supplies, and he needed to take down the criminal syndicate before he left.
No, see, I don't know what their decision. I mean, I guess the movie would run too long.
Would you let me finish?
Oh, sorry. It sounded like you were finished.
No, there's more.
Go ahead.
So they're going to cut, but they're basically going to make a little short film of it and stick it with the Blu-ray. Sort of like what they've done before with
the one-shots.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
it's
not movie. Gone forever. It's just not in this movie.
And that's great that we get to see it, but it's not that I was specifically wanting those scenes. I just felt a lack of getting to see Spider-Man being Spider-Man early in the film. You know, I mean, you're pretty deep into the movie before you see him be Spider-Man, and even at that point, he's now in his new stealth suit. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's probably an hour and 20 minutes, maybe even an hour and a half before you actually get Spider-Man in a Spider-Man suit doing Spider-Man things for any, length of time. So
I don't know why you're so fixated on this.
Because that's part of what I want. I mean, that's probably the thing I want most out of a Spider-Man movie is to see a bright, colorful Spider-Man whipping around doing Spider-Man things. And I'm not saying it made the movie bad. I'm saying this is one of the things I did not like about this movie. It's a legitimate complaint that I have that I imagine a lot of people agree with, a lot of people disagree with.
I didn't give that a second thought.
Well, because it's like it was all character drama, no superhero action, and I came to a popcorn superhero film. And it's after Endgame, so I was looking for something to kind of lighten the mood a little bit initially.
Yeah, but you have to understand though, it's after Endgame, and Peter's got some shit to work through first.
But that's the thing, he wasn't working through that shit at the beginning of this movie. He was in a different place at the beginning of this movie. He did work through his shit later in the movie, which I thought was kind of neat from the trailers, because I would have thought it was the other way around. I don't know why you're giving me such a hard time about having a problem with the lack of Spider-Man in the first 40 minutes of the movie.
I guess because...
I mean, even if it's just like a montage of him, like, saving a cat out of a tree and posing for pictures with people, like, hey, I'm Spider-Man, y'all love me, cool.
I guess because Peter Parker was in the movie, and to me, Peter Parker is Spider-Man, so when he's on screen, Spider-Man's on screen.
But he's not doing any Spider-Man things, he's Peter Parkering.
Tom Holland doesn't have to.
Really? A little young for you, lady.
He's just so freaking adorable.
No, and I love him. He's great. But again, I'm coming to a Marvel movie. It's not a DC movie. Oh, shade thrown. But it was kind of lacking that in the first act. It was lacking that summer blockbustery, Marvel-y fun for me. We can disagree.
It did not. That particular thing did not register with me at all.
Well, that's like my biggest complaint about the movie. So. It was like it took a long time to get to Spider-Man doing Spider-Man things. And I like Peter Parker, but I want that balance. I want to see both sides of his life.
Okay.
And I think them cutting some of that early stuff probably hindered that. So that's just my take on it.
But the thing is, if they'd left the other stuff in, then you'd have people complaining. It's like, oh my god, when are they going to get to fucking Europe?
Not if it's like big, exciting action. I don't care about them going to Europe. I want to see Spider-Man be a badass Spider-Man. I want to see comic book frames come alive. The story's just the filler.
Whatever.
It's not really, obviously, but...
Anywho, okay, going completely off topic. No Stan Lee cameo, right?
Right. Yeah, they're not doing them anymore.
Right.
Endgame was the last one.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to double check. I saw because he's still an executive producer on this.
Yeah, well, I mean, his estate owns the character, rights or whatever, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna wonder if that particular credit's ever actually going to leave.
No, I don't think it ever would. Maybe in 50 years.
But wouldn't it be like estate of Stan Lee as the executive producer then?
No, because it's still like all.
He's not a person.
Those characters created and copywritten in his name, so that's what they're kind of referencing. Is this really what we're talking about in the Spider-Man review?
Yeah.
It's like how long until they take Stan Lee's name off as executive producer? There's still so much movie we haven't gotten to.
My superpower as the derailer has apparently been amped up to 11.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of movie we still got to talk about.
Okay, we'll go on.
Well, okay, we'll do that right after this message. All right, right, well, you guys can blame Mary for that second ad. Jeez, woman.
I'm sorry. I told you guys to buckle up. It's going to be a long one.
Love you and you're adorable. You're just trying to make sure it goes to half an hour, just so you can say you're right and blame me.
I literally have these ideas just popping in my head.
So you know what else we should probably talk about?
What should we talk about?
Spider-Man and MJ.
Okay.
And Ned and...
Betty?
Betty, yes, Betty. But before we get to that, I love how it started. I
Which
love that they did the Bodyguard song.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a tribute video. And at first you're thinking, is this Peter making a cheesy tribute video? Because I thought, is that the thing? It's always going to start with cheesy.
God, it was so incongruous to hear that music over the Marvel titles.
It really was weird. Everybody was giggling.
I had so much cognitive dissonance going on. I'm like, the hell is this?
Right? But then it starts showing all the cheesy things and the bad transitions and even the candle thing where you can see they've stolen it because it still says Getty Images. The watermark was there. I mean, I'm sure Marvel actually paid for it, but the joke is that the school kids didn't. And I love that was on their news program. And the kid, the boy, you know, it was Betty and the boy whose name I can't remember, but he was killing me. His reactions to things, like talking about the snap, is like, my older brother, or my younger brother, is older than me now. This is weird.
So I have a question. How do you feel about the term blip? It just feels weird.
I guess.
To me.
Everybody kind of blipped out. I mean, we're just used to the snap and all that, but most people wouldn't know it was a snap, so.
Yeah.
I thought it should be like the incident or something, but that's been done. Because there's always the incident in New York.
I thought of it as a purge, but...
But I did love that they showed some kind of flashbacks to the high school, like seeing half the marching band blip out and everything. And so that was cool on its own, just getting to see a little bit more of that.
That made me laugh so hard.
But then when they showed the return, they answered a question a lot of us, I think, had been wondering. And that is, people showed up exactly where they snapped away.
How many casualties were there from people falling out of the sky?
See, like, that's what immediately went through my head. Is like, oh, those poor people, like, oh my God, I'm back. Oh my God! You know, because, I mean, we saw planes going down, you know, so we know some people, like, it's that captain.
Or you know, on the 10th floor of a building that's not there anymore because a plane crashed into it. Right,
yeah, I mean, there's those kind of things, too. So, I mean, that definitely kind of answered that question. I thought made that pretty interesting. So that was a nice little touch of something. And I love Ned. I love that he, you know, trying to help out Peter sit by MJ and how horribly wrong that all went. Yeah. And I love the protagonist in the relationship with MJ, the new guy.
And protagonist? Antagonist.
Well, yeah, whichever one, but the one that, antagonist.
The rival. Let's come on,
the rival, yeah.
I can't think what the hell his name was.
I can't either, but he was awesome. Like,
it's like he was a kid when we left, and now he's all like big and handsome and nice and popular, and all the girls want him. And he's a little hottie, but
was it Bobby? And like Robert? I don't know. Whatever, that kid.
No idea.
But that whole element I thought was pretty awesome. And he was really good, like making you think, oh my God, he is kind of creeping in on Peter's space. And then I loved the whole glasses thing with the drone strike. I thought all that stuff was really well worked out and pretty goofy, but in a fun way. And but I really loved Ned quickly falling in love with that girl. And I love how quickly it was over, too. And the stuff Ned was saying about, we see Peter, you know, I was a boy, but now I've met a woman, and now I'm a man. And he's just saying it so
Please
sincerely.
Don't tell me you're saying stuff like that to people.
It worked on you. No. But I thought that stuff was adorable and hilarious.
Yeah.
I love JB Smoove in this too. I don't think he was in the other one. He was the one that chaperones.
I think so. I don't remember him.
But I thought he was pretty damn funny in this. You know, I'm very much into science, so witches. I thought that was a great running gag.
Because nothing else explains this. Again, Peter. Ask the guy how he's doing the thing, because you need to go. So I've seen Doctor Strange do magic and stuff. It looks completely different from yours. What's up with that?
But I think Peter was distracted because he just wanted out. So I can kind of get away. I can let that go.
Maybe.
I do love the whole.
I know I was never a 16-year-old boy.
It's a good point. It's a very distracting time. Hormones just raging. Can't imagine the spider hormones, you know. Probably 8 times is worse. 8 legs, dumb joke. But I really liked him with MJ. I like because in the trailer they kind of show that she says you're Spider-Man. And to me, I was like, oh, well, they're clearly not going to do that. She's like joking. That's what it's going to be. But I like how they pulled it off, that she was kind of half joking, but half serious.
Yeah.
And within like a minute later, we had her convinced, but then he had to be like, oh, you know what? I am Spider-Man. This is some shit. We got to deal with it. She's like, wait, really? It's like, yes, really.
I think that's probably one of my most favorite reveals of all time.
Mm-hmm. She's like, I was only like 67% sure.
Like, no. Oh crap. Okay, yes it is. Let's go.
Yeah. And then
I don't have time for this bullshit.
And then when he was changing clothes in front of her.
Nobody got time for that.
She's changing clothes in front of her and she's just like trying to be like, that was so adorable. And then Ned finding out and catching them, and then she's like, no, I knew.
Never staring at her or at him.
I'd have to rewatch it, but no, I do like the idea that that she kept like being like, I've known forever. I've known, and like they had this little friendly rivalry of who knew Peter was Spider-Man more and all that stuff. Although that stuff was hilarious.
Not that it's a contest, but
right, yeah, exactly, yeah. So all that was really cool. But yeah, the happy stuff was great. God, with him and May. That was great, especially at the end.
Cute.
I know, especially at the end though, when they're like, Peter's like, we need to have a talk and doing all that. It was like, are you guys dating? And they had the opposite answers. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
God, what else? No Vulture. No, nobody else really. Oh, I loved Happy's Cap reference. When he picks up the shield and throws the shield. Like, how does Cap make this work?
Same scene. I'd like to point out that only the women were arming themselves.
That's true. Mary Jane's got a heck of a swing there.
Yeah, they want to have Pike, I think.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
or a halberd.
Flash was armed with a cell phone. What's a modern day weapon? Flash mob. I love that. That was such a great little touch.
By the way, we still haven't talked about the actual mid-credit scene. That's occurred to me.
Yeah, we should probably get to that because I am going to try and cut this off in 3 minutes. So.
Okay, let's do that then.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay, so Spider-Man takes MJ for a little ride, and she's like, "Never again."
Mm-hmm. Then we get freaking J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes,
but not just any. No, you're doing it backwards. I mean, it's fine. It's spoilers, but not just any J. Jonah Jameson. We get fucking J.K. Rawlings. No, J.K. Simmons. He returns looking different. He's not exactly like he was in the Raimi Spider-Man.
He's a bit thinner.
Well, they also kind of they gave him side hair and made him balder, and they did dailybugle.net, so they really kind of played into the Spider-Man game, which is some stuff we should talk about too. They kind of did it more like that, but I love that they actually brought him back to be J. Jonah Jameson. So that was phenomenal, and he was great in that brief little moment there.
Where he completely told the entire world that...
Well, Beck made that fake version that made Spider-Man into the villain. He blamed him for the drone attack.
Right.
And it's Peter Parker. Hey, world, here's his picture.
Yes, because during the fight, he was going like, hey, get my virtual suit up and running. And he thought it never actually happened, but apparently it did while we were off somewhere else. And that's when he made that video, and that's the flash drive that the guy was pulling out of the machine.
Yep, that makes sense, yeah. But I mean, I thought that was great. And then I love that it ends with Peter going, what the? Just like the other Spider. Yeah. So that was a great callback. But also, what the hell are they going to do with this, you know?
And my suggestion? Deadpool 3 with Spider-Man on the lam.
Yeah, I know there's a whole thing with Sony and Marvel. Marvel, like, they want to introduce Deadpool via Spider-Man, but Sony's like, no, we want Venom in Spider-Man 3. So I'm like, my theory is, make it Deadpool 3. Let Spider-Man be in that.
Because it's going to be so much funnier with Tom Holland playing around the R-rated Deadpool universe than the other way around.
Yeah, and then put Venom in the Sony Marvel Spider-Man 3. Because again, we liked the Venom. I don't want to say the movie. We loved Tom Hardy as Venom.
Yes.
We thought he was great. He was just in a not great movie.
Maybe not the best accent for him in the world, but
I can live with that. So that's how we would solve that. So, but yeah, that's a game-changing thing right there. It's like, oh God, what do we do now?
In some ways, this kind of tracks with him being the next Iron Man. He just didn't announce it himself, and under really bad circumstances.
I also really love that Happy even is like, you won't be the next Iron Man. There is no more Iron. You know, Tony was Tony. Nobody can be Tony.
Well, I'd be like Spider-Man. I'd be going, Fury, you want me to call you? I'm calling you now.
But then there were some other cool things I really liked too. And this also explains why everybody was shitting all over Fury in this movie, and he was allowing it. Because I was almost kind of like, okay, I get that Fury was out of commission for 5 years. I like that explanation. It's like, I came back, I don't know anything going on. And then later, people are like getting in his face and yelling at him. He's like, whatever. But that makes sense that it's not actually Fury. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Some of the video game stuff I love. I think one of the suits they showed in hologram was one of the, I don't remember which suit it is. Not specifically from the video game, but maybe like Big Time Spider-Man, something like that. But I love that when he's swinging through the city at the end and he's doing a Spider-Man selfie, he does the video game pose that you do if you use the camera system in that game. I thought that was so cool. And he's swinging through some very recognizable spots. I mean, again, I know the game is mostly modeled off of real New York, and but some of those shots are, those areas are very.
That building is that has like the hole in the middle and the garden.
Yeah.
Where is that building?
Well,
what is it?
Well, come on over. We'll play some Spider-Man. I'll show you because I want to go home and do that because you can get the Far From Home suit in Spider-Man, the PlayStation game right now. So you can So I wonder if people are out there trying to recreate his selfie in the game because you could do that. So that's pretty awesome. But let's see what else because now it's over half an hour. I think we talked about the movie for 15 minutes.
Which is, again, my bad.
It's all right. I do it all the time, so you just gotta wink at you with both eyes. Camera 1, camera 2.
Oh, God. I mean... Oh, Lordy. I like how the Hydro Man, I think, got a shout out.
Yeah, because we weren't sure. It is the elementals in the movie, but they mentioned, I assume, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that they made reference to, it could be this guy
this guy who's exposed to like nuclear radiation underwater or something like that.
Yeah, and they gave out a name that I'm guessing is what Hydro Man's actual name was.
I'm pretty sure that it is.
I think it's supposed to be a reference to that, so that was pretty neat.
Because, the very first elemental they come across personally, that group was the water one.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, overall, I just thought it was really cool. Had a good time with it. Just could have used more Spider-Man. That's my only complaint.
How about some more Night Monkey?
Night Monkey, that was so great, too. The reference to Night Monkey. And the reference...
It's a Spider Monkey!
Was it Netherlands or Norway? I want to say Norway, because everybody from Norway is always nice to me, but I think it was the Netherlands. I like how everybody was so super nice in the Netherlands. That was a great touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cell Suit looked cool.
God, I wonder how much they had to pay to. I'm pretty sure that was a real flower field that they were using.
Oh, that's the thing we were referring to in the no spoilers that was killing us. Is like they were just ruining that flower field with the jet. I mean, not in real life. I think it's probably a fake thing in real life. Maybe.
I don't know. That's it seemed very, very, very real. And I could almost see them going like, okay, we are going to give you $1 million to basically give us all these flowers.
Possibly. That's actually very possible. Yeah.
And you don't even have to ship them anywhere.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm about out. I'm also worried about the lights holding out. I know. We'll kick ourselves, as always. We'll kick ourselves for something we forgot to talk about. I gotta go home and edit this.
Yeah. Have fun, huh?
Yeah. Well, I'm not editing. I just got to put it together. But things take forever to dump the footage, to render, to blah, 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 blah.
At least you got a couple days to do this one.
No, it comes out tomorrow. I need to get it done tonight. So, because the no spoiler comes out tonight. And I got reactions to edit and stuff. But anyways, God, now I'm derailing crap. I'm sorry, everybody.
My superpower is contagious, by the way.
Yes, but but Spider-Man Far From Home, sweet.
Yes.
I mean, it's Marvel. Even when they're not great, they're awesome. So, cool beans. All right, well, that's our thoughts on Spider-Man Far From Home. Let us know. What did we forget? What did we get wrong? What do you want to educate us on? What was your favorite part? How do you feel about it? Do you agree or disagree? Could you use more Spider-Man? Let's hear it. Let's all geek out in the comments. Let us know what you have to say.
Yeah.
Other than that, you can click the thumbs up button. Give us the good old thumb of encouragement, as we do love to be encouraged. And now we're going to get out of here so we can, I can go home and edit. Then we can watch some more stuff. Get ready for some Stranger Things reviews, y'all. And we'll see.
We're doing those?
Yeah, we've done it for the first 2 seasons. We might as well do it for season 3.
I don't remember. Okay.
And we're going to get out of here, go watch some more stuff. We'll see you all later.